my psychologist was saying that she was encouraging me, to put myself in situations, around more independent-minded women. So
I mean, you're welcome for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And I'm glad to know you're seeing your psychologist.
Occasionally. I wouldn't say it's going
mandated.
That well. Look, we didn't need to. Let's cut that one, Jordan. We got a lot going on this week in money, Serena.
We sure do.
How do we want to kick this off? What do we want to talk about first?
I mean, I'm thinking former President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
So Trump flew from Palm Beach all the way to LaGuardia on his plane last night on Monday, and now is currently being arraigned in New York court downtown. He was charged with 34 counts that he pled not guilty to. What do you think? You think he should go to jail?
Yeah, probably. Well, why not, Send him to jail.
I feel like he'd do. I think he'd do well in jail.
He's done enough with his life. Like, the next step is jail.
I feel like everyone's got to do. Actually, Martin Shkreli told me I'd do great in jail, but he was like, I think everyone should do some time in jail.
Okay. I think Trump should. I think it would do him well.
Yeah, like a short stint maybe. Like you get to focus on working out, read a few books,
Marjorie Taylor Greene left her own protest. She was being heckled.
Have you ever seen her do a pull-up? She does these like CrossFit pull-ups, and it's like.
Weirdly, I have.
How did that make you feel?
A little bit aroused, but
I assume so.
Also bewildered. A bunch of American tech leaders have signed an open letter calling for a little pause on developing AI technology for like at least 6 months. How are we feeling? Do we think AI needs to stop?
First off, I hate AI, but if we stop, then the Chinese will get ahead. So this is, you have to question the people's motives behind this. Why do we want to pause this on something that the Chinese aren't going to pause for both their commercial and military uses, yet we're like, hey, let's take our foot off the gas. We got to fight fire with fire.
What are the Chinese going to do with it?
They're going to the next election cycle is going to be so manipulated by these Russian and Chinese bots, no one is going to know what to do. No one's going to know if anything's fake or real or ChatGPT, whatever the fuck it's called. We just need to fucking fight fire with fire and go after them. So don't pause it.
I don't really care either way. My problem with this is we used to have like space races. It used to be who's going to walk on the moon first. And now it's like,
It's just a bunch of nerds behind computers. Like, guys, go talk to a real woman.
Which robot can pass the bar exam better?
Well, I passed the bar exam, so it's not that impressive.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Can Russia and China succeed in dethroning the US dollar? Because they're starting to, trade a little bit less with the dollar. They
with the how do you pronounce that word?
Okay, the Chinese currency, we don't currently. Is that?
Can we?
What? Who's Brandy Love?
Looking at how to pronounce correctly or more correctly.
A friendly introduction.
The official currency of China.
Just tell me how to pronounce it. This is propaganda. Do you see, we're on a minute 13 of this. Like, what the fuck this is just propaganda.
I think it's UN.
The Chinese dollar. But so the reason why is because there's all these sanctions going on, Russia, and that they can't really trade the dollar and the euro. So they've decided to partner with one of our enemies, China, and start trading their currency, which who could have seen this happening? I'm telling you, we need to be worried about the Russians and the Chinese uniting. That's why with this like ChatGPT shit, we gotta go fucking full speed at them.
Okay. Now that you phrase it like that, I support it. All right.
See, I know how to get you. Dogecoin jumps after Elon Musk replaces the Twitter logo with the bird, which it actually started with this tweet that some guy was like, yeah, you should replace the logo with the bird. And he's like, that'd be sick with 3Ks. Yikes. Okay.
Do you think he's funny? Do you find him amusing?
Sometimes. He is one of the people who's actually advocating for the pause in AI development in the US. So now I'm starting to question his motives. I was a big Elon fan until this, but look, I'm America first.
You're a big Elon fan?
I was. I like him. Look, I think he's funny. Like, if you have all this money, why not buy something and fuck around with it? Have some fun.
What successful joke has he made?
Oh, okay, well, you're putting me on the spot. I mean, Google founder Sergey Brin is getting subpoenaed in the JP Morgan Epstein lawsuit.
These subpoenas are being served by the Virgin Islands in relation to Epstein's sex trafficking. They're saying that JP Morgan ignored warning signs about Epstein and profited knowingly off of his schemes.
Speaking of the Virgin Islands.
The big question is, okay?
I'm holding my tongue.
The big question.
What's the big question? Let's hear it.
Could it be possible that JP Morgan did something bad? Do we think
Yes.
they're capable of that? Well,
Yes.
that's a bold stance to make.
I like to make bold stances. Everyone's capable of doing a little bad.
Or a lot in terms of Epstein's Island. Lindsey Lohan.
Oh, what
our
did she
girl
do this
Lilo,
time?
She has
Lilo.
been charged over cryptocurrency promotions, not disclosing that she was getting paid. By the way, she was getting paid for her crypto promotion $10,000.
Oh.
That is not enough for Lindsey Lohan.
Not enough.
No.
Everyone's got a price, and that's not nearly enough.
Wait.
So let that be a lesson to all our friends out there. If you are going to pump and dump crypto, get paid more.
There was recently an auction for the Flatiron Building, and a fellow by the name of Jacob Garlick won with a bid of $190 million and then ghosted and did not pay the $19 million down payment.
The famous building that was up for sale, apparently this guy goes and he's over there. They're around like a plastic table outside the courthouse in downtown Manhattan. So there's 11 bidders. He keeps bidding the price up. And I kind of love this guy. It's like he didn't even make an attempt to pay the money down. You go to his website, it's a Virginia-based company. So like that, you know, I love the Commonwealth, but not a good look for us. But then he just never paid. So now everyone's like, what the fuck do we do about this building? Because really no one else wanted to buy it for that price. So I mean, I think he's just a troll, and it's kind of entertaining.
Have we considered that maybe this guy was just intimidated by the Flatiron Building and that's why he ghosted?
It is an intimidating building. Look, you know, he
Yeah.
said it was his lifelong dream since he was 14 to own the building, but it looks
Kinda
like, you know,
specific for a
I mean,
14-year-old.
like, look, if you've dreamt of something for so long, like if I met Brandy Love, I would get nervous too.
Okay, that's your Flatiron Building?
Everyone needs a dream.
What would you do with it if you own the Flatiron Building?
Invite Brandy Love to hang out there with me.
Okay, what would be inside?
A couch. What would I do? I would convert it into the world's largest strip club. I would make it Tootsie's of the North, to be managed by none other than Eric Langan and Bradley Shea of RCI Hospitality Holdings, Inc. I think that's a pretty damn good idea, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's fun. I personally, I would open one of those stores.
You turn it into like a big Ross TJ Maxx Home Goods, like that one over in Chelsea. That's
No,
what you do.
even better, even better. I turn it into one of those stores that's always going out of business.
Like a Spirit Halloween.
Yes, but like one of those that's kind of looks like a mob front, but like might not even be like cool enough to be that.
Dime Square.
I think it would be so fun if like one of the most iconic buildings in New York just kind of sold snow globes.
That could be fun, but I'd love to encourage all of our friends out there to submit your ideas of what we could turn the Flatiron Building into, aside from the world's largest strip club.
Maybe a cheesecake factory. We need one in the city.
And with that, this has been another edition of This Week in Money.
Join us next week
For Next Week in Money.
for next week.
In Money. Thank you, Serena.
Thank you, Mark. I'm smizing at the lockers.